Hi guys, today I did a look, as you can see, that's kind of different. Hopefully you can tell, using a lot of hand gestures. It's blue, it's pink, it's purple. And it was inspired by a picture that I don't have in front of me. It was in a Sephora magazine that came to my house. And the eyeshadow was basically very similar to this. I saw it and I was like, oh, I have to do that. And it's actually very, very, very simple. The placement is so easy. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I mean, some of us don't like to really wear like crazy colors like this all the time, but it's definitely something that, you know, would be totally fine to wear if you like this kind of thing. But Halloween is coming up, and if you do any kind of look like a fairy, or if you're like a princess or anything that's kind of girly and like that, this would be a really cool eye look to do, or a whole makeup look. I showed you how I did my lips and my cheeks too. So if you guys want to see how to do it, then keep watching. Alright, so to get started, I've applied my Benefit FYI Primer, which is a really good primer. It prevents creasing and whatnot. Then I'm going to go ahead and put down a colored base, and for that I'm going to use my NYX, or I always say that, but it's NYX, I think, Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with, like, straight from the thing, which I normally don't do because I find it puts down too much. I'm just trying not to apply that much, and I'm just going to put it in, well, I guess I'll just go about half, just a little shy of half, and just a little bit right here. Now, this is a really crappy, the formula is good. I love these because they put off a lot of color, but they crease really badly. So always apply something under them. I usually apply it with my finger, but it's kind of hard to get it into that inner area right there with your finger. I'm just gonna spread it out just a little bit with a flat brush. You could have even applied it with the brush if you feel like you need a little bit more. You can kind of do this deal right here and kind of pat on just a little bit more. Okay, then I'm going to use the same product but in white. This is, well, it's the white one, but it's called Milk. And I'm going to put it on my finger just like that and pat it all over the rest of my lid, into the crease and just slightly above. Where it meets that blue, just kind of pat in between. Oh, I forgot to say before, this color, the blue one, is baby blue. So, if you're interested in that. Okay, then I'm going to put down the blue color first. And I'm going to use one of the Star Flash colors. This one is called Fashion. It's kind of that really pretty silvery blue right there. I'm going to get that onto a flat brush. This is a MAC 239. And since it's so small and flat, it just kind of really gets into that inner corner really well. And I'm just patting that color all over the blue. These bases, also the NYX pencils, really grab the eyeshadows because they're so sticky. I'm also going to kind of follow that shape around the tear duct and just kind of lightly blend it inward, or outward, I guess, on that lower lash line. Next, I'm putting down the purple, and the one that I'm using for that is Fashion Groupie, which is also one of those Star Flash colors, and it is right there. It's very pretty. I'm just going to flip that brush over that I just used so you don't have to mess up another brush. It's very simple. Tap off the extra. These Star Flash colors are kind of softer than the normal eyeshadow formula, I guess. And it will fall out if you're not careful. So I'm just kind of patting it on. And then when you get to the crease, just kind of turn the brush sideways a little bit, because obviously you wouldn't be able to get it in there very well like that. And just kind of create that rounded shape. And then where you meet the blue, you can kind of flip the brush back over to the blue side and kind of sweep it inward, or outward, I don't know why I keep saying that, toward the purple. And it's just going to kind of blend everything. But don't worry about it looking perfect, because there's still a few more steps. Now on the outer corner you can take a blending brush. This is the Sigma SS224. This is much different than the MAC 224 in my opinion because I'm just really picky about brushes. It's a lot shorter, it's smaller, and it blends much better. This is the MAC 224 on the left. You can see this one is a little bit shorter, it's a little more dense, so when you go to blend, you don't have to blend so much. It's just very simple to blend. Then I'm going to take a Sigma SS219 brush, and I'm going to take a darker purple. I'm going to use Graphology. If you have a hard time finding this one, just use any kind of darker purple. It does not matter. You can even use a dark gray or a black. Just something that's going to intensify this outer edge a little bit. Then I'm just going to apply that in my outer corner, making that little V shape. Just touch the brush on the outer edge of your eye. You can go up into the crease, and then you can go down along the lash line, and you can see that creates that V. And then you just kind of, whatever's left over, you can kind of just fill in that middle part. And you can take just a little bit more color on that same brush and kind of connect it to the lower lash line, and it'll meet that blue. And now we're going to put down a really, really frosted pink in between the purple and the blue, so right in the center of the lid. If you use a pink that is too pink, it's going to look too pink. So for this, you just want it to be kind of a silvery pink. For that, I'm using Pink Freeze, which is right here. You'll see that it just kind of blends really nicely. So I have that on my brush. I'm just going to touch that right in between the area where those colors meet. And it just kind of creates a really pretty pink effect. I hope it's showing up. It doesn't really look like you can see it as well as I can. But it just kind of creates a really pretty like pink fading effect. You really don't have to do much. You just kind of tap it in between the blue and the purple. If you want, you can do the same to the lower lash line, just to kind of match. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply my brow highlight. Don't want to apply anything super frosted. I'm using Chill, which this is I think it's Chill. It's a satiny white, or is a satin color. It doesn't have much frost to it. I'm going to use a large flatter brush. This is a MAC 252. Put just a little bit right underneath my eyebrow and just kind of tap it or pat it so that it blends, so you don't have like a white stripe. Then I'm going to do my eyeliner. I'm going to use a black, and I'm using, of course, you could probably guess, this is the Urban Decay Liquid Liner in Perversion. And I'm just going to apply this to my upper lash line. I'm just going to wing it out a little bit on the outer edge, just since this is kind of a more dramatic look. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Macro Violet Fluid Line, which is super, super pretty. And I'm going to take a clean brush. It was clean before I used it on my other eye. If you're going to use this on your waterline, you definitely want to use a really soft brush, like this one. And I'm just going to lightly apply that to my waterline, pulling it down into my lower lashes. For my mascara, I had already done it earlier. I have been hooked again on the Lash Blast. It's amazing. I got really used to using the Plush Lash and other things and stopped using this, and I bought some and went back to it, and I love it. It's really, really a big difference, and I guess I just never noticed that. Okay, so I'm going to come back and show you what I used on the rest of my face. Alright, so the lips, I don't know if it's showing up, but it's very, very pink, and I had done this before when I did this eye, but I wanted to actually show you how I did it, so I just started over. I've already applied Saint Germain by MAC, which is this really pretty, really, really bright pink. And then I wanted it to kind of almost have like a lavender hologram effect. So I'm using my Lip Mix in Violet, which is my favorite one. And it looks almost white, but it doesn't in person. I put just a little bit on my hand, right there. Way too much. I'm taking a lip brush. I'm applying it over Saint Germain, and it creates the coolest hologram, almost like opalescent effect. could even, if you were going to mix it, you could get some lipstick on your brush and kind of put it into the lip mix, or you could put some on your hand, or whatever you want to do. You could use a little dish. Don't think you can really tell how pretty it is on the camera. Since this is kind of an out of the ordinary look, you definitely can do whatever kind of blush that you want. Normally if I did really crazy eyes and did like really pink lips, I'd stay away from super bright pink blush. But I don't really care because this is kind of a different thing. So I'm going to use, I think I've done this before, I've showed you guys, kind of a little trick. I'm using a paint stick. These are pro items. This is a vivid pink color. I'm just going to take an angled brush, like a 168. This is my Sigma one. Love these for blush. Apply a little bit on your cheeks. You don't want to go in like all the way or anything. And you can put a powder on top of it, like a powdered blush. And the one that I'm going to use, I'm like throwing everything around, is Pink Swoon. Should have known what that was. Right here. And it doesn't really have any shimmer to it, which I guess is kind of good for this because you look like a, you know, all that shimmer and frost. I don't know what is code for, but you got it. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit with a clean brush. And that's it. Very bright, very fun, very colorful, kind of out of the ordinary. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. And keep on the lookout for more tutorials. Lots are coming up. And I'll talk to you all later. Okay, so to get started, I've already applied my FYI primer potion. That's not right.